this guy, you'd think he took his licks in that confirmation hearing, which was unlike anything we'd ever seen before. As bad as the Clarence Thomas hearing was, it didn't hold a candle to what they did to Kavanaugh. And now they're coming out. I love that they continue to call these things documentaries. They're nothing of the kind. They're just opinion pieces. They're assassinations. It's yet another attempted assassination of Brett Kavanaugh in a different way. So the title of this documentary is Justice. And no one's seen it other than the people who were shown it on a surprise basis at the Sundance Film Festival, where apparently they just surprised the audience of some 300 people with it. You can't find it online, but they're looking for funding, and I'm sure it will hit because this is, of all the things you just said and the way the left feels about Kavanaugh. It was produced by Amy, is it Herdy, Herdy? It was directed by the Born Identity director, Doug Liman. And these people have connections as well to, like, Lyman. He did Swingers. He did Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I mean, he's got an impressive resume. This Herdy calls herself an investigative journalist, which would normally mean you have some fealty to the facts, no matter where they take you. Not so in her case, from what I read. She served as the producer for the documentary Allen versus Farrow. This is the claim that Woody Allen molested Mia's daughter, their daughter together, Dylan Farrow. And even The Guardian, far left publication, said that whole film was pure PR. Why else would it omit so much? So this is her history. So, and I could go on about her. She did this whole thing like bashing the college sexual assault process as being unfair to the women. The problem is exactly the opposite. And did a film that was criticized even by Slate, even by lefties. So that's this woman's history. So should they come out now with this documentary where they're going to recirculate things we've already heard, Victor? Apparently it's not based so much on Christine Blasey Ford. It's based on this other woman, Deborah Ramirez, who already came forward. We already heard her testimonial during the Kavanaugh confirmation hearings. She was the one who claimed that Kavanaugh, back when they were at Yale, allegedly exposed himself to her in a drunken circle of like Yaleys playing some game. But she remembered the same woman who couldn't remember it. She actually didn't remember that until she sat for days with her lawyer. And then suddenly it came back to her. The whole film is based on her. And they're saying that they've got a tip line over. They're getting tons of tips now on Kavanaugh from people who don't feel like he's been adequately investigated. They'll never let up on this guy.
Yeah, I think what's happened, though, with this new Republican, even though they have a small margin, they've decided that you're never going to have symmetry or equity in the application of the law or procedures unless you give a dose of it back to them. So that's just why McCarthy is barring Schiff and people from the committees the way that happened on the January 6th committee. I think they're going to do the same thing. They're going to say, you know what? If you're going to keep doing all of this stuff, we're going to open up the Delaware papers of Joe Biden. We've got hundreds and thousands of papers that have been ensconced, and because we're going to get a subpoena and we're going to see them, we're going to look at the Tara Reid. And so I think they're going to do each tit for tat until the left understands that there's consequences, whether that's on committees or the way that they ran the House or Adam Schiff's behavior. And the thing about Kavanaugh is it's all confined to, basically, they're saying here was an upper middle class Catholic preppy who went to prep school in Yale, and he drank a lot and 2 or 3 years he was kind of rowdy. And I don't think American people are going to get too upset about that unless he did something criminal. And there's been no evidence he ever did. And they have to go so far back. And I think the strategy is they always do this. They do two things when they get a John Paul Stevens or Brennan or Souter. They either try to flatter a Republican appointee and have the whole Georgetown circuit dinners to coerce them or flatter them or win them over, to flip them. And they've been very successful. Eisenhower and Nixon and Jerry Ford and Bush appointees they've gone very hard left. Or when they can't do that, then they reverse it and use not the carrot but the stick, and they go after Clarence Thomas or Kavanaugh. They went after Gorsuch too. But then the rules of them, the implicit rules that we're supposed to tolerate, Megyn, or you don't do that to left-wing judges. You can't do that. If you're doing that, it would be sexist, racist, whatever. But I think a lot of people are understanding is they're never going to learn if you continue to play by the Marquess of Queensberry rule.
No, exactly right. But to me, it's amazing that they won't let up. I mean, the man was subject to an attempted assassination. I mean, the guy self-reported, but he was on his way to go kill Justice Kavanaugh. He was the subject, and the conservatives were, of this unprecedented leak, which further endangered them. They were not enforcing the laws against protest around the justices' houses. They were not running to fortify security around them during that period of the leak versus when the opinion actually came out reversing Roe versus Wade. They seem to want to get these guys hurt. I mean, if you wanted to get them hurt, would you behave any differently?
No, you wouldn't. I think if they don't want them get hurt, they want to so intimidate them that I guess what they're thinking is that Gorsuch will go home to his wife and say, my gosh, I have to worry about the safety of our family. Any moment we're in danger. The assassin turned up. You know what? On this next case, I'm going to pull back a little bit. I'm going to do a David Souter. I can't afford it any longer. I can't take this. That's their strategy. I don't think it's going to work. They tried it with Clarence Thomas. It backfired. He turned out to be the most adamantly conservative justice on the court. And so they're Jacobins. They're capable of anything because they believe that they're so morally superior to all the rest of us that any methods are necessary and approved because the ends are so noble. And once you get into that frame of mind, they'll do anything.
Look at this. Look at this. Just this past Sunday, okay? We thought this was over.
Yes.
Just this past Sunday, there are still these people out there. It's not huge, but here they are out in front of Justice Kavanaugh's house. Listen.
Should not rule the court. Cut his time short. A rapist should not rule the court.
Cut his time short.
A rapist should not rule the court.
Cut his time short.
A rapist should not rule the court.
Cut his time short.
A rapist should not rule the court.
That's enough of that.
Yeah, I mean,
they won't. And what does cut his time short mean, by the way? Okay, because that's threatening too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a felony to go in front of a justice's home and be threatening to influence his ruling on a case. And that's what that was. They say they're just generically demonstrating. No, it's always about a particular case, such as abortion. Wait till the affirmative action case comes down. And I think that's one of the things they're thinking about. We're going to really intimidate these people and say, you know what, abortion was nothing if you overturn affirmative action. And it's very scary because it's very third world. This is what happens outside the United States. And
it's on that point, it's propaganda. After a busy holiday season, now's the time to make time for you. For you, think of that. Whether you want to refresh your fitness routine or you just want to enjoy some relaxation, a Michael Phelps signature swim spa by Master Spas can be something you enjoy now and for the seasons to come. Making time for yourself, even if it's a 20-minute swim or sitting in the hot tub seats in a Michael Phelps swim spa, can be incredibly beneficial to your mental health. And that is what Master Spas is all about, helping you live life better. A Michael Phelps swim spa combines the benefits of a pool with the therapy of a hot tub. It comes in a variety of sizes to complement almost any yard, even if it's a small one. Exercising in the water is a great way to include physical activity into your daily life. It's fun, and it's really kind of easy. I mean, you can make it hard, but you can do this in a way that's kind of easy exercise and convenient exercise for you. And that's true whether you're a beginner or a fitness enthusiast, because you can crank it up. Michael Phelps swim spas are 100% made in the USA by Master Spas, the world's largest swim spa manufacturer. A Michael Phelps swim spa is energy efficient. You can use it all year long. Go to masterspas.com, put in the promo code MK to save $1,000 on a Michael Phelps swim spa or $500 on a Master Spas hot tub. Masterspas.com, promo code MK. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.